Ohio State Gameday plus Ohio State-Oklahoma winner likely will score big playoff points. Ohio State is ranked second nationally. Oklahoma is number 5. It is, obviously, a huge game, with ESPN's College Gameday in town along with the hype expected for a matchup of two of college football's most storied programs. But just how important is it, really, in terms of what it means for the team's ultimate goals this season? How much of a blow would it be for the loser in terms of making the college football playoff? The truth is, Saturday night's showdown might be more crucial for Oklahoma than Ohio State. The Buckeyes play in a conference that can give it a stronger resume than the Big 12 probably will provide Oklahoma. The Big 12, maligned in recent years for its lack of defense, did not exactly have a banner opening week. Texas lost to Maryland. Liberty toppled Baylor. Other than Oklahoma State, Oklahoma doesn't appear to have opponents who can give it the strength of schedule boost it would need if it doesn't beat Ohio State. The addition of a Big 12 championship game this year probably doesn't change that. For the Sooners, a victory in Columbus would probably be their biggest poker chip if they don't go undefeated the rest of the way. After all, Ohio State did lose after throttling Oklahoma 45-24 in Norman last September. But its loss at Penn State didn't kill the Buckeyes' playoff hopes. In fact, the Buckeyes didn't even need to reach the Big Ten title game to get a spot. There's no chance that would have happened without the victory over Oklahoma. The Big Ten is expected to be strong again this year, which works both for and against Ohio State's chances. The Buckeyes face stern tests against Penn State and at Michigan and have several other games that could be dangerous. Another victory over Oklahoma would provide essential insurance if Ohio State does slip up. Got a question about anything related to sports and the Scarlet and Gray? The Dispatch's team of Ohio State beat writers, columnists and editors are ready to provide answers. Send in a question. How much of this is in the Buckeyes' thoughts? It depends on who is asked. Myers said not at all when asked whether the postseason playoff was in the back of his mind regarding this game. He said that too much emphasis is placed on the playoff implications of such interconference games. There always is, and always will be, Myers said. I can't speak for Oklahoma, but we pay little attention to that. We're just trying to win the game. But sure, there is far too much emphasis. It's a long season. A lot of things happen. His players might have a different take about the necessity of beating Oklahoma. Asked whether playoff implications were in the back of his mind, sophomore defensive end Nick Bosa replied, "It's the number one thing in our mind. It's a must-win game if we want to do what we want to do. If we lose, we're going to play in a bowl game, but it's not going to be a run for the national championship. It's number 2 versus number 5, and it's pretty exciting." Bosa wasn't yet a Buckeye in 2014 when Ohio State survived a home non-conference loss to Virginia Tech in Week 2 and went on to win the first playoff. Join the conversation at facebook.com/BuckeyExtra and connect with us on Twitter at BuckeyExtra. But that defeat to the Hokies eliminated any margin of error for Ohio State, and the Buckeyes needed a 59-0 rout of Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game to eke into the top 4. It's not a path they want to have to repeat. Even if this game had no playoff implications, it would be a compelling matchup. Oklahoma hasn't played in Columbus in 40 years, look up U Von Shaman, kids, and the Sooners are eager to atone for last year's defeat. The Buckeyes overcame a shaky start last week at Indiana for a 49-21 victory. But skeptics who remember the 31-0 loss to Clemson in a playoff semifinal last year need more than a win over the Hoosiers to be convinced that these Buckeyes are legitimate national championship contenders. It's a top 10 matchup, and they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, Ohio State receiver Paris Campbell said. "It's a great Oklahoma team coming into our house. It's as big as it can be."